For the past few months, I've been making an RPG game set in a desert world, inspired by games like Dark Souls and my favorite action anime. It all started a year ago, when I decided to make the next Elden Ring. Yeah, looking back now, I don't know what I was thinking. That's not exactly realistic. The only experience I had with game dev was a small school project. With that mindset, I wasted a couple months watching tutorials and constantly remaking the game. Now, that brings us to today. It's been 1 year since I downloaded the engine and I think 6 to 7 months since I created the project. This video is not going to be really long or have crazy features. It's more like an introduction to my channel and my game. Anyway, I think it's time to show you what I've been working on. Movement is super important in my game, and it needs to feel smooth and responsive. I went with an 8-directional movement system with start and stop animations. Now, when it comes to 8-directional movement, the actual movement doesn't change much. The difference is in how animations are handled. If you are moving diagonally with a 4-directional animation system, it looks awkward and your character might appear to slide rather than walk. But with 8-directional animations, it feels more natural and responsive, even though your character is moving at the same speed and in the same direction. There are 2 ways I know of that you can approach this. The first one is blend spaces, where you manually create and blend diagonal animations. And the second option is called orientational warping. Actually, I'm using that one in my game. It rotates the lower body to match movement direction while keeping the upper body facing forward. It allows the player to achieve 8-directional movement while using only 4 core animations. Okay, now that the movement is done, the next big feature I'm working on is the combat system. To attack, the player has 2 main attack inputs, for now at least. Let's call them left click and right click. Pressing left click 3 times plays a basic 3-hit combo, and pressing right click does the same thing but with different animations. You can also mix the attacks together. For example, you can press right click left click to do a kick or left click right click to do a slash. There are more combos depending on which weapon you are holding. To make the combat system more fun, I added target locking. When you focus an enemy, the camera follows them and your character always faces them. It makes movement and attacks more precise. You can also switch targets if multiple enemies are visual on your screen. Okay, now let's talk about the inventory system. Right now, the system is really simple. You can open chests, add items to your inventory, like armor, swords and potions. It's still a work in progress. I want to separate the weapons from the other items, but that's for later. The last thing I want to talk about is the cell shader I'm using. I'm not going for the typical Unreal Engine 5 look. I wanted something more stylized, something that feels like anime but still takes advantage of Unreal Engine 5's powerful lighting. If you want to learn more, I've linked a tutorial in the description that explains how to achieve this look. The technique used in the tutorial combines PBR with cell shading. It gives the world flat colors and outlines, but with shadows and lighting that looks more realistic. Well, that's all I've got for today. I'm really determined to finish this game and release it. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe so you don't miss the next devlog.